Well, hi everyone. This is Catherine Knox with Slice Marketing, and today I have the pleasure to welcome Dr. Roesken, who is a technical director with Moderne. And Dr. Roesken has been developing the company and the concepts with the founder of the company, Richard Purvis. Welcome, Dr. Roesken. It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Yeah, so thank you very much for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. We are happy to have you. So you studied medicine in Munich, Germany, and you quickly addressed the issues of wound healing, as well as tissue regeneration, specializing in plastic and aesthetic surgery. Can you tell us why you decided to specialize in that field?
Yeah, so Catherine, you know, sometimes things happen by accident. So I started to work for my PhD in one of the really big institutes here in Europe for experimental surgery. And my advisor in this institute at this time, he sparked me my interest in wound healing. And so in the following years, I worked in this field more and more and developed by myself special experimental models to study these different aspects of wound healing and tissue regeneration, how fat works in this content. And I had the chance to work in different labs in Europe afterwards, and also to publish data in well-known journals. And so this all together was so interesting for me that I followed this way. And after my time as a scientist, I went into the field of plastic surgery, and all this helps me a lot in developing Moderne together with Richard.
That makes a lot of sense. This is wonderful to hear. So you established your own practice in 2004, and you were laying the foundation for innovative aesthetics, medical treatment concepts, right? Can you tell us about the type of beauty treatments that you offered that became really the driving force of your work?
Yes. So if you start in the field of aesthetic surgery, so normally you expect that we only talk about operations. But so for me, it was very clear also in the beginning, as I started in 2003, that in the future, it's much more important that we create some kind of combination between classic plastic surgery operative treatments and on the other side, non-invasive treatments. Mm-hmm. Because finally, I believe that most of the people, if they have the chance to get a good result without an operation, I'm sure they will prefer not to get operated. Right. And so therefore, the focus was on this combination between operative treatments and non-invasive, and if possible, to focus more on non-invasive treatments like ultrasound, radio frequency, and all these new technologies we get over the years.
So obviously you're right. You have a lot lesser risk when you don't have invasive surgery. Your practice, your company is called the Estetan, right? And you created it in 2010. Can you talk to us about this?
Yes, so I started my first practice in 2003. Mm-hmm. This was a classic plastic surgery office, so it was my job was mainly to operate. And so the Estetan, that was the next step, as I already talked about, the combination of invasive, operative, and non-invasive treatments. And the Estetan is an institute much more focused in non-invasive treatments.
Okay, all right. And if I understand well, you also included some nutritional counseling in the Estetan, correct?
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. And so this is, I guess, this is easy to understand, because we know that a lot of side effects are responsible for good skin conditions and that we are feeling good. And so one of these factors is nutrition. And therefore, it's very, very important to find the right way you eat. So it's important what you drink, so your behaviors and all this together. You need sometimes an advisor in this field, and that's the reason why we included this point of the right nutrition in our concept.
Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. It's more of a type of holistic approach.
Yeah, correct. It's a kind of holistic idea behind all this.
Right, right. Also in 2011, you developed the skincare, and hopefully I say it right. It's called Therapia, correct? In collaboration with Richard Purvis.
Yes, yes. So this was the first product we made together. So this was actually, So we had the idea, believe it or not, in the Hofbräuhaus in Munich, in Germany, and so we met the first time, and so we had a really good feeling. And my idea was to create a special product with very effective ingredients inside, which I can use for mainly post-treatment procedures after operations, for example. And so we created the idea to make a product. It's between the classic aesthetic products, the classic skincare, and medical products. So we called it medical beauty. And so this was the beginning of all this we have right now, of the elemental skincare and the professional products and all this.
Yeah, no, that's fascinating. And apparently it really delivers unmatched skin rejuvenation properties, right? You can obtain outstanding results using.
Yes, so the product by itself is great, because we have, so in the new products, and also in this very first product, we had already some growth factors inside. And so growth factors are, very important in this context of regeneration, and therefore they are really effective by itself. But on the other side, they were pretty good in combination with other therapies like microneedling, radio frequency, as well as the nanofusion we offer. So you have a lot of different opportunities you can work with this product.
Yes, doctor. What is the main differentiator that people should remember about Skin Moderne and the company's products?
Yes, so I believe that our USP is that we are very scientific driven, so that all the products we produce, we take care that we have high efficacy, that we have scientific data behind all the ingredients we use, that we can be sure that it works in combination with some kind of medical or aesthetic devices like ultrasound, radio frequency, etc. And I guess that's very special. And I guess we have a very very experienced team, because Richard had a very long history in the development of skincare. So he comes from the field of nutrition. So he's very experienced in creating the right composition of ingredients. And on the other side, so I came from the medical field, and so I finally know what we need, what doctors need, what aestheticians need to get good results. And I guess this is a really great combination.
Yeah, it is for sure very powerful and a great strength of the company. Do you have any advice that you would like to share with end consumers who seem to struggle to choose the right products for their skin?
Oh yeah, that's very, very hard to give a good good advice. So I would say the best thing is you should look for a really good, experienced esthetician in your neighborhood, because no one can better read your skin, evaluate your skin, and give you the really good recommendations as an well-trained esthetician. And I guess this is much better than using websites, looking for online recommendations or whatever. So finally, you need someone you trust and who can really, give you the right recommendations for your skin conditions.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It's important to have the right consulting for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and in the same fashion, what advice would you have for skincare professionals that are working hard at growing their practice and at staying top of the industry and to be noticed as well?
So I believe that the aesthetic market is, it's driven by innovations, and you see a lot of innovations every year, not only in the composition of different skincare products, also in the development of new devices, new techniques, new procedures. And therefore, I think my first recommendation is be open-minded. Just look around if you can see new things. Think lateral. If there is something you can combine with the strategies you have already in your institute. So just try to be different from all your local rivals, other estheticians in your neighborhood.
Yeah, that it's very important to, like you say, stay open-minded and look at what's available that can create that big differentiator for themselves. Correct. How do you see the future of skincare, Dr. Roesken?
So I believe that what we see now is that the gap between the classic doctor offices and on the other side the aesthetic spas becomes smaller. And so this is what I believe that will happen in the future, that we will see more and more aesthetic treatments in the spas, and it's not longer only the doctor who can create really visible results. You can create as an esthetician this as well. It's just a question if you use the right technologies, if you use the right products, and if you experience enough.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And what is next for you?
Yeah, so the next step is that we want to introduce a new device on the US market. So it's called Ultra Fusion. This is a portable ultrasound device with an 10 megahertz high frequency ultrasound, which is able to stimulate the very superficial cells in the epidermis and the upper part of the dermis, the fibroblasts, which is very important for all these things we need that our skin looks really good. The collagen production, the content of hyaluronic acid. And so we have this technology already here in Germany, and we work very successful with it. And so we are very happy that we get the chance that we can bring this to the US market as well. And I hope end of the year, we can present it maybe early next year.
That's wonderful to hear. I mean, it's exciting to see that so much progress is being made in the field of skincare, because it is a field that a lot of people don't understand and they need guidance. And when we see experts coming to the picture like you, it's very comforting. It reassures us that we are putting on our skin something of high quality, which is very important.
That's correct.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Roesken. That's wonderful to hear about what you have done, what you're doing, and how you are contributing to the products of Skin Moderne. I really appreciate your time and this information.
Yeah, so thank you very much for the chance to talk with you and maybe to talk a little bit about our new strategies. And yeah, thank you very much for the invitation.